to abide by the regulations governing athletic competition for high schools in the state of Missouri, as well as to maintain the standards of sportsmanship at these athletic competitions. Number 15, Peyton Corley. Number 16, Maddie Gentry. And number 17, Morgan Weller. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to meet your Lady Knights. Soccer starters for this evening, coached by Mark Olwig and Larry Scheller. Number 4, Samantha Carey. Number 5, Lauren Shaw. Number 8, Maddie Wood. Number 10, senior Samantha Donaldson. Number 11, Paige Bannock. Number 13, senior Amanda Orlando. Number 15, Karen Peete. Number 16, Nicole Browner. Number 18, Bria Hamilton. Number 22, Abby Miller. And in goal for the Lady Knights, Gabby Delarue. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can please ask you to rise, remove your caps, place your hand over your heart, face the flag, sing along with us as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem.
North High School bring you tonight's action. It's senior night here between the Francis Howell North Lady Knights and the visiting Fort Zumwalt East Lions. The Lady Knights come into this match 9-8-1 on the season, while the Lions are 10-9. I'm Jacob Lintner here with my co-announcer Dominic Hosher, bringing you all 80 minutes of tonight's action. And Dominic, what do you think is going to be the key for both of these teams here tonight?
Well, Jacob, for the Knights, they have to be strong on defense. They are yet to have a shutout all season, so we'll see if they can use the motivation of senior night and try to get there first. But if they're going to do that, they're going to have to stop their top scorer by far for Fort Zumwalt East, and that is Morgan Weller, who has 10. The next closest is 4. If they can stop her and try to get on the counterattack with Sam Carey, who's their top scorer by a decent margin as well, they have a good chance of taking down the Lions tonight. As we talked about the struggles of this Knights defense so far, they're going to be without their top goaltender, as Danielle Davis is gone tonight and Gabby Delarue will be filling in. She's only played 3 games this season, but in those 3 games, the Knights have won 2 and lost 1.
Delarue scoops up an errant shot right there. And she boots it out just about to the 40-yard line on this field. Bria Hamilton right there. Ball goes over her head, though.
The ball is played over to the corner flag, and Carey tried to run it down, but it just gets out of her grasp, and it is a throw-in in favor of the Lions. Ball's played in by the Lions winger. Comes back out, and the pass was cut out quickly by Amanda Orlando. Orlando took 1 too many touches there, and the Lions regained possession right around the 50.
Nice play the ball wide, but a good counter by the Lions. Here's Lauren Shaw clearing that one. Just staying inbounds, and it'll be taken by the Lions' Maddie Rizik.
Carey tried to get past the Lions defense, but that is Jamie Tusk clearing it. Fort Knights throwing.
A nice diving save there by Isabella Henderson in goal for the Zumwalt East Lions here tonight. Drop kicks that one past midfield. And now on the wing with it, that's Morgan Gentry, who lets the ball go out across the end line. Goal kick coming up here for Howell North.
Orlando back for Shaw.
And that ball misplayed out of bounds by Gentry. Throw in here for Howell North. Knocked right back out of bounds, and Shaw will be taking this throw in with 30 minutes and 32 seconds remaining on the clock here in this first half. Maddie Wood, a nice strong play to keep possession.
It was a great ball play to Carey, who just hits it over the bar. Best chance of the day so far for the Knights, and really the only chance so far for either side. Both defenses look extremely strong so far. Every time the forwards get the ball, the defense just steps up and knocks it out, and we'll see if, as the game goes on, if either the offenses can penetrate these two strong back lines.
Having effort there by Gabby Deatherwood, not quite on goal though. Just under 29 minutes remaining in this first half. That'll be Nicole Groundner taking this free kick.
First corner of the day goes in favor of the Lions, as a failed clear attempt by Karen Pete was later knocked out by Knight's player.
Knights keeping possession here. Doing a good job of that thus far through the first half. Almost halfway done with this period of play. Brea Hamilton with it now. Bad pass to Abby Miller. Picked up there by Samantha Donaldson.
A nice 1 and 2 between Orlando and Wood leads to a Lions possession, but one back by the Knights, and now that one will go out for a Knights throw-in. About 25 minutes left here in the first half.
Long shot taken by the Knights midfielder Abby Miller. Down just sailing over the top of the goal, resulting in a goal kick for the Lions. What looked like almost a sure thing comes up in a miraculous save for Isabella Henderson. Quick reflexes from not even 10 yards out. Being the difference on that one. A corner kick now for Howell North. Looks like Sam Carey will be taking this one.
Lions tried to get on a quick counter there, but the ball forward just gets out of the reach of the forward, and Gaby Delarue takes it coolly and collectively.
Now the Knights on another attack. And that is a goal scored for Howell North here. In the 18th minute, the Unites come up with the first score of the day.
Here's a free kick in a dangerous position for the Lions. Set to be taken by Maddie Gintry. Hits the wall, comes back out, and that is Morgan Gintry getting possession for the Lions.
Free kick taken there by Henderson, the Lions keeper. And another free kick awarded to the Fort Zumwalt East Lions. Just under 18 minutes remain in this first half. Once again, I'm Jacob Lintner here with Dominic Hosher, bringing you tonight's senior night action between the Francis Hall North Lady Knights and the Fort Zumwalt East Lions, live from Francis Hall North via FHNtoday Live. Free kick just skirts by Gabby Delarue, the JV goalie coming up, playing her first game on varsity in months. That's number 12, Jamie Tush, evening this game up at 1 apiece here in the 23rd minute. There's the leading goal now for the Knights. Bria Hamilton taking a shot off the post and put back in by number 8, Maddie Wood, taking advantage of a fortuitous bounce there in the 27th minute of this first half.
Bria Hamilton there did really well to get around the defense, to get a strong shot off. That she got a little bit unlucky on the post, but it fell right to Wood. It's a huge goal for the Knights as they take a 2-1 lead with 13 minutes left in the half. Last time the Knights scored, the Lions were able to up the pressure on the Knights, and that was what led to the mistake in the back and the Lions' first goal. We'll see if they do the same here in these last couple minutes in the half.
Stoppage in play now as Amanda Orlando being treated by the Knights trainer Joe Bomarito on the sideline. A few cuts and scrapes to clean up for Orlando. She's taken quite a beating playing in that midfield position.
even with the beating she's gone through tonight, she's still been the catalyst for nearly every single Knights attack so far through the midfield, as you mentioned, Jacob, and a few scrapes won't keep her back.
What? Just leave it off. Why? The time's right. I know, just leave it off. They got it. Well, we don't. We want the clock, Jack. Not that clock. Started for us. No, they said leave it off. Just pay attention to the people down there. All you gotta do is hit start. Not a hard job. Oh, yeah. Also, our guys keep going.
Here's Donaldson all the way from the back lead in the counter. But a bit of a miscommunication there leads to the ball going out for another Knights throw-in. Orlando now checks back into the game in favor of Bria Hamilton. Miller plays it to Donaldson, and Donaldson was looking for carry there, but she couldn't get the pass through. Isabella Henderson cuts out the pass that came from Carey.
Free kick coming up now here for the Zumwalt East Lions. And with under 10 minutes remaining, the Knights vastly outshooting these Lions. 8 total shots to 4, with 5 of those Knights shots being on goal. 2 of them going behind the keeper, Isabella Henderson. And that's led us to a 2-1 Howell North lead thus far in the match.
shot from miles out of the box is calmly collected by Gabby Delarue.
I don't know, Dominic. Calmly would not be the word I'd use on that shot. Gabby Delarue nearly lost it, and with the backspin that ball had a decent chance of going in the goal had she not picked it back up. Another very long shot attempt there from Peyton Corley for the Zumwalt East Lions. Picked up by Gabby Delarue, and she's had herself a pretty busy last few minutes.
Coming back on for the Knights here is Paige Vanek.
Deep pass goes out of bounds, intended for Paige Vanek. Be a throw-in taken here by Morgan Gentry for those Zumwalt East Lions.
Great run there by Morgan Weller, but Karen Pete did well at getting back and forcing a throw-in for the Lions.
A big collision right there on the 30-yard line on the left side of your screen. Amanda Orlando and Maddie Gentry getting into a big scuff right there. Free kick will be taken now by the Lions. lucky break for the Francis Hall North Knights there. Gabby Detheroux, who has had trouble corralling the ball near the goal all the match long, misplays that one, pops back out of her hands into the air, and the Knights are just lucky that Morgan Gentry was not able to finish that one off inside of just about 5 yards of the goal.
Here's Melody in the counter. Miller regains possession right outside the box. She's back in, but Vanna gets it. She plays it back for Carey. Carey to Vanek. But it can't get past the back line of the Lions and is cleared all the way out to Nicole Grellner at the 50-yard line.
Another impressive stand by the Zumwalt East back line. And it's worth knowing that these are two teams just above 500 on the season. The Zumwalt East Lions at 10-9, the Howell Knights at 9-8-1. The loser of this match today will fall to an even 500 record. And both of these teams are looking for momentum heading into the district's round. The district's tournament that go on next week. These Howell North Knights will be playing against Pattonville High School at Francis Hall Central next Thursday, while the Fort Zumwalt East Lions will be taking on St. Charles High School next Wednesday. Whistle blows to signal the end of this first half. 2-1. These Howell North Knights lead at halftime.
It was an awfully balanced first half, but after the Knights scored their first, that's when the Lions played their best soccer game, and they were able to make it level. But after that, it's been all Knights, and that's what led to their second goal. And they've had the stronger attacks, and while they've been able to get attacks in the box, on the other side, the Lions haven't really been able to get any true attacks going, but they've been relying heavily on free kicks coming in and crosses coming in to try to trouble the goaltender, Gabby Delarue. It was a good half, and the 2-1 reflects how balanced these two teams are. And we'll see if they can stay this even come the second.
I just walk around here. As long as I got a flat surface,
Yeah,
I'm good.
you and me both. That's what I have to have too. What a perfect night. I brought my umbrella just in case.
The clock must have stuck because I hit it on here and it wasn't moving on there.
I think she left.
Yeah, that's what they said. So I don't know what. Just I just gotta watch it. If you see it on there, if you see that not moving, then you're just sure if it's supposed to be on. Just yell at me. I'll make sure. If it is, I gotta wait till it goes up till I get the horn and then take over the game again.
All right, I'll keep my lookout.
Yeah, if you see it, you know, just give me a special play.
Oh, he didn't play it? That's right. I do remember you guys going down separately.
Maybe by It's honestly like the setup's the same.
Or your house last weekend, so I had a girl that lives there. Yeah. That's all right. Okay. I got to see you. Oh, that's good. So you guys can use it. Yeah, I parked up at the thing and she ran in and got her and she was looking and she said, "Oh my God, look what this is." So they don't make any noise with it. Yeah.
It all stays the same.
They got all kinds of things on sale. I was there today.
Really? I love those sales. What did you do for your birthday? Big 18.
When's your birthday? What days?
Is it possible to do that weekend? Because we
last 40 minutes of the regular season for the Knights has begun. As we get back underway, Jacob, what do you think was the key for the Knights' success in the first half, and do you think they can keep that up here in the second?
Well, for the Knights, as you can see right here, they're not doing a great job against this back line of the Fort Zumwalt East Lions, but where they have found success in coming up with counterattacks off of poor long shots taken by the Lions. The Howell North back line made up there by Samantha Donaldson, Karen Pete, Danielle Grellner, and Lauren Shaw, doing a phenomenal job here tonight at keeping the ball out of their own net, even with the replacement goalie in Gabby Delarue. And that's helped them a lot in keeping the ball out of their defensive third and moving it forward into more transitional types of offense rather than the traditional go right at them, play from the wings outside in kind of thing, allowing for the Knights to take advantage of misplaced defenders in the back line for Fort Zumwalt East.
Grellner beats two, but then loses it to the midfielder for the Lions. That was Lauren Shaw coming up and disrupting the Lions' attack. Shaw again, who clears it up to Brio Hamilton. Here's Orlando. Orlando plays it out wide for Carey, but she was just offside. That was close and stops the counter by the Knights. Great ball played through for the Lions winger, who beats one and has a great effort from right inside the box. It just goes out wide though, and it is awarded to the Knights as a goal kick. Strong start here in the second half for the Fort Zumwalt East Lions. Rough challenge there by Orlando on the Lions defender, but she'll escape without a card. But I'm sure the ref will keep that in the back of his mind, as this is a free kick for the Lions with 35 minutes left in the second half. Hamilton has Vanek, and Vanek went along with the keeper. But after a chaotic scene in the back, Isabella Henderson is able to recover. And it looks like it took a deflection off of Vanek, but another strong attack for the Knights.
As you said there, Dominic, an impressive attack for Howell North. The only problem is that Paige Vanek couldn't quite finish. One of two freshmen starting for this varsity girls soccer team. And again, it's interesting to note only two seniors for the Howell North Lady Knights. A very young team in comparison to almost every other squad out there. And I'm not saying that that was necessarily the easiest play in the world, but if you had maybe a junior or senior, a more veteran player, rather than the freshman and Paige Vanek trying to make that play, it might have turned out differently.
It's Hamilton again leading the Knights counter. She's looking for support. As Abby Miller getting possession right around the 40. Donaldson tried to send it up, but it's taken by the Lions. This is Brooke Mayberry. Boston Ford being chased by Donaldson. She wins it well and clean. And then off another line defender. That's two in a row, and this time it'll lead to a Knights throw-in. Miller did well to win it off Corley. And a foul committed by the Lions is a free kick for the Knights to be taken by Carey. About 31 minutes left here in the second half. Carey pressured Vitale.
All right, Dominic, and with just under 28 minutes remaining in regulation play here tonight, what have the Knights done well in the second half, and what do you think these Zumwalt East Lions need to do in order to cut this deficit?
Well, Jacob, the Knights have really controlled possession ever since the beginning of the half, and it's led to stronger attacks than they even had in the first half, especially the Paige Vanek attack that nearly got past the keeper. But if they keep this possession going, a ball intended for Kristen Hayes goes out for a Knights. Raymer plays it through to Maggie Weller, but that was Nicole Grellner cutting it out. Downside played it back to Grellner. Here's Carey. Carey gets past one, plays it to Hamilton now. Carey gets it back. Quick throw in by Carey to Hamilton. Hamilton tried to cut inside and get a ball into the forward, but she wasn't able to. But here's Katie Richardson winning it around the 20. But then won back quickly by the Lions. That was Ashley Raymer for the Lions winning the free kick against Katie Richardson.
Strong attack right now, but vastly outnumbered by the Knights' back line. Looking forward to help out.
miscommunication there in the back between Donaldson and Delarue, but it works out in the end. But the Lions are starting up the pressure on the Knights again, and the Knights are starting to look a little bit more disorganized in the back right now. I'm not sure if it's the tired legs as we get later and later into this game, but it's putting a lot more pressure on the goalkeeper Delarue.
Knights forward to Samantha Carey on the near side. Cleared though by the Zumwalt East Lions.
Donaldson sends it up and Carey gains possession, looking for the forward there. We'll play it all the way back.
Shot coming in, hitting off the bottom of the post from Maggie Weller. Her third goal this season knots this matchup at 2 apiece with just about 18 minutes remaining. Zumwalt East mounting another run, again with Weller.
Don't lose it, don't lose it. Get in there, stay with it.
Not sure what happened there on the goal, but the Knights just gave up too much room to Weller, and she was able to take advantage and left the goalkeeper Delarue no chance. They had to straighten up on defense and start putting pressure on the attack, so we're they're going to have all day to plan out their shot and put it in any corner they want, which is what they did on that goal.
Get it out! Charge it! Come on, guys!
Baseball, the temperature's anywhere from like 65 to 80. Because all it's like right in the afternoon, starting in the morning, just disgustingly humid. Basketball's always good. Just because it feels a lot happening. Basketball's when they're cold, it's bad. Basketball's underrated, especially in the summer. Well, it's definitely baseball, basketball. Boys volleyball. Boys volleyball is fun. Go ahead.
But you stepped up
Girls
over it.
volleyball,
It was
is he
pulling up
shaking
or
that?
yeah. I saw it wasn't doing it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll stop.
I can't do that either. I gotta have something on my back. You can bring your cushion. Ah,
Oh.
you bring your cushion.
Yeah, I don't. Give me a short tip. Ooh, that's smart.
That was Amanda Orlando winning the free kick for the Knights. A much needed free kick, as ever since the around 20-minute mark, it's been all Fort Zumwalt East. They've been having all the attacks, and that's what got them their goal. But now the Knights are starting to look a little bit more comfortable, like they did in the earlier stages of the half. We'll see if they can build off this free kick and get something going once again.
Cross.
What happened? I missed it. Oh, did it?
Carey's free kick looked like it was heading for one of those top corners, but it just goes over the bar and hits the field goal, and it remains 2-2 with just under 14 minutes left here in the second half.
Hold it. Oh. Shove it.
Miller took it to the corner flag, and she won a corner kick for the Knights. Carey to take.
Knights lining up for their fourth corner of the match. With just about 13 minutes remaining in regulation, this match tied up 2-2. It's going to be a very important kick taken by Sam Carey. Into the box, batted away by Isabella Henderson and knocked out of bounds. But the Fort Zumwalt East defense throw in now for Howell North.
Miller finds Carey on a great run. She tries to get around the last defender, which was Ashley Raymer, but she couldn't, but she wins a 5th corner kick on the night for the Knights. Coming on for the Knights for this corner are Emma Durman and Madeline Wood. Just about 10 minutes left here in the half. The corner landed right at the feet of Miller, but she just wasn't able to pull the trigger, and it came all the way back to Grellner, who was then dispossessed by the Lions. Ball gets past Pete. One-on-one here, and it was a great opportunity. Almost found that right corner, top right-hand corner, but Delarue had no chance at it if it would have been on goal. But it just goes out wide, and it is a goal kick for the Knights. A major break for the Knights, and they're back on. A bit of confusion there, but the Lions are awarded a corner.
This coming weekend. That's what I thought. And we were supposed to be off this weekend, but because we had that rain out, they now we got a freaking turn. That's all right though. I don't mind going to watch ball. There ain't nothing else to do on the weekend. That's right. I love it. I'll even sit around and watch other games too.
Let's clear the ball out past midfield. And it goes out of bounds. Throw in taken here by the Zumwalt East Lions.
Carey's cross looked like it took a deflection off the hand of the Lions defender, but the ref let it go. That was Durman chasing, but you can get there, and it is a goal kick for the Lions. Just under 7 minutes now remaining.
I always bring out my lawn chairs. I'm spoiled out of the game. I bring my lawn chair. I don't ever sit in bleachers like everybody else does. I sit in the lawn chair way off by myself. Me and Patty and maybe one other person. We just leave everybody else alone. And of all places in Mississippi, I didn't bring lawn chairs because I thought they had that stadium seating. Oh yeah, they had this. So yeah. That's a really nice park. Beautiful. That's huge.
Hamilton finds Carey, and that ball is out for a Knights throw-in. So Jacob, as we're here in the last 6 minutes of this game, do you think the Knights should try to play conservative and play it safe in the back, or go for it all and try to get the win before it goes to extra time?
No, it was seats. No, I'm talking south.
Well, Dominic, it is senior night. They're on their home floor, or at home field, I guess. And the normal saying is, when you're at home, play for overtime. If you're on the road, play for the win. But these Knights at home, they're going to be trying, I would assume, trying their all to win this one in regulation, these final 5.5 minutes. Just as a momentum builder. They are playing again in just 8 days at Francis Hall Central High School. They're playing the Pattonville Pirates there in the district tournament. And a late match win on a goal scored would really give them a lot of momentum headed into their final games. Now, should they go all out, maybe even pull the goalie, what do you think is going to be the key for the Knights to get that goal scored, Dominic?
I think, Jacob, it's going to be through Sam Carey on the wing. Nearly every strong attack so far for the Knights has come from the left side and across, and it causes a little bit of chaos, I guess you could say, in the back, and it leads to somebody getting open and creating a great opportunity for the Knights. If they can do that and build their strong play off on the wing, they can get that final goal that they need. As we say, here's Carey. Carey sends the ball in, looking for Orlando or anyone, but doesn't find a Knight. But here it is, it's Durham. And that one will go out for a corner kick for the Knights.
The Biloxi? Did you look into it? How much is it? Oh, shit.
Carey's corner was a low line drive, but it finds nothing but, well, it found one Knight forward, but that one, her shot just goes out for a goal kick. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the second half. Isabella Henderson plays it quickly, but it only finds a Knight defender. Shaw sends it forward and finds the head of Durham. Stoppage in play here with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left as a line remains on the ground right around the 50.
Really like to go to his home. That would be cool. I would totally do that.
But you don't drop it. You might have a visitor at that game. I mean, at that, yeah, Biloxi.
Oh, yeah? Oh, come on, Barb?
Yeah, but she told me to give you her number. No, yeah, and then you can call her.
Sorry, I had the wrong number down.
Tell
My
the
bad.
kids I said hi.
I
Tell
will.
Patty.
I will.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna start walking because I gotta get home with the kids. Patty went to meet some friends for a little bit, so yeah. But I'm gonna keep walking. Exciting 2-2 win or tie. Yeah.
There you go. Go, White, go!
Thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah, sure. Hey, headphones.
I will. I'll let you know how it goes.
I'll be watching.
Oh, yeah.
Just under a minute now in the game. Or in regulation, pardon me. Ball sent forward, but Gabby Delarue is there to collect it. 35 seconds now here in the half. Miller takes the free kick quickly. And a perfect ball to Carey. Carey keeps it in and sends a low ball in, which is easily cleared by the Lions defense. Hamilton plays it to Orlando. Orlando found Miller there, and she tried the heroic highlight reel shot or goal, but it stays on the ground and it's an easy save for Henderson. And that'll do it for regulation. Going to overtime, the Knights and Lions are tied at 2.
Not ending. They better tell me.
Now, Dominic, as we gear up for what I'm assuming is going to be an overtime
Hey,
period,
Zach.
what do you think is going to be? What do you think are going to be the keys for these two teams here headed into overtime? You can start with the Zumwalt East Lions.
Well, to get the Lions into the half well, they started getting better attacks and possession, which led to the tired legs of the Knights being forced to chase the ball, and it does a lot for their fitness and creates more opportunities for the Lions. That could be a key for both teams. If they are both able to control possession, forcing both defenses to stay organized and chase after the ball, it just leads to more mistakes, more spaces being created. It just creates more opportunities for both sides. So we'll see if they can take advantage.
There will be 2 10-minute overtimes and penalty kicks if necessary.
The first overtime match for these Howell North Lady Knights at home this season. And just a bit of different rule set here. 2 10-minute periods in overtime, and it will be operating under the golden goal rule, meaning that the first goal scored will win the match. Tied up here 2-2. Once again, I'm Jacob Lintner here in the press box, joined by Dominic Hosher. Bringing you tonight's action on these Lady Knights Senior Night, honoring Samantha Donaldson and Amanda Orlando, the lone seniors on this year's Varsity Girls Soccer team.
Ball takes a deflection off of Lauren Shaw, a throw-in in favor of the Lions. That was Miller contesting with Weller. Meg Weller plays it back to Maddie Gentry. Pete plays it forward, looking for both Hamilton and Vanek, but it just finds the center back for the Lions. Miller gains possession around the 40 and plays it up for Vanek. Vanek put pressure on the defender and wins another Knights throw-in, which will be taken by Madeline Wood here with 8 minutes left in the first half of extra time. Miller taken down right around the 30, but no call from the ref as this ball is played out wide to Aston Sutcher. She gets around one and then takes a deflection off of Grellner, a corner kick for the Lions. Off the corner, the refs will call a push-off right around the box, and that one got awfully close for the Knights as they held their breath for a second. Goal line technology, if there was one, shows that that ball did not cross the line. Dillard did well at keeping it out, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways as there was a foul. And now the Knights have possession right around the 50-yard line. Here's Carey. Sends the ball in, but that is collected by Henderson. Strong play there by the Knights, but once again the goalkeeper did well in cutting out the attack and starting another one and another possession for the Lions here at the midway point of the first half here in overtime. The ball is played through, and it gets past Delarue, and it is a winner for the Lions. What seemingly looked like nothing at first, but got past the Knights' defense, and it just caught them off guard, and is a heartbreaking way to end the regular season as the Knights fall to the Lions 3-2 here in the first half of extra time.
Your stuff that in the middle next door, so. Take care, have a good end of the year. Yeah, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
All right, I'm Jacob Linder here with my co-announcer Dominic Hosher. Dom, what do you think was going on that last play? Just walk us through everything that you saw in that final goal for Zumwalt East.
Well, it started from the back, Jacob, and the Knights were looking strong in the opening minutes of that overtime period, but just at the end they were able to get caught off guard by the Lions, and they played the ball through, and it just caught them off guard and got past Delarue, and they took advantage, and it was a strong play by the Lions.
Gabby Deller had a few issues all night just holding on to the ball. Again, a JV goalie called up for the final game of the regular season. Danielle Davis out, not even on the bench in today's match. And what did you see just that entire overtime period from these Howell North Knights. Did it seem like there were any telltale signs that they were going to drop that last goal, or what went on?
I wouldn't say that, Jacob. They look strong, like I mentioned earlier. They had attacks coming from the wings with Carey and everyone else, and they looked promising. But like I said, they just got caught off guard once, and that's really what their downfall was. But it wasn't all bad for the Knights, and they look strong. But just they need to stay a little bit more organized in the back and stay true and through all the way up to the final whistle.
These Lady Knights head to Francis Hall Central High School this coming Thursday, May 12th, to take on, or maybe 16th, to take on the Pattonville Pirates in the first round of the district tournament. These two teams haven't faced each other all season. Should be a very good matchup. We should be there live broadcasting that game again at FHNtoday.com/live. That is next Thursday at 6 p.m. at Francis Hall Central High School. But one last night from Francis Hall North. Dominic, any final words on just the overarching theme of this game?
It was a really even game, Jacob, and it really should be looked up upon by the Knights as like a stepping stone. They really look good on both sides of the ball, from defensively and offensively. If they can cut down the mistakes and go into next week with a little bit more confidence, because there were multiple things to look positive upon. But if they can just take those negatives out and focus on the positives, they can have a really strong campaign next year or next week.
And as you touched on there, maybe an accident next year, these Knights only with 2 seniors on this year's squad. A lot of promise, a lot to look forward to in these underclassmen. They had 2 freshmen starting for them this season. Big amounts of potential for Francis Hall North High School girls soccer. It'll be exciting to see not only what they can accomplish next week at Howell Central, but what they can do all of next season. I think I speak for both of us saying that it's been a lot of fun bringing you tonight's action, and it's been a lot of fun bringing you the action for all girls soccer season. This is our last regular season game. We will, of course, be back next Thursday. But one last time from Dominic Kosher and myself, Jacob Lintner, thank you for watching on our senior night edition of FHN Today Live, our broadcast. You all have a good rest of your night.